Welcome back to Going For It podcast. I'm your host, Emma Burgic, a pro tennis player, a mom of two, and somebody who knows what it is to start over and go for your dreams. Today, I'm talking with someone who's been going for it in her own way, Ayana Akli. She's one of the most exciting young American players on tour, a former standout from the University of South Carolina, and now climbing the WTA rankings with an incredible work ethic and belief in herself. We're going to dive into her journey from college tennis to the pros, the ups and downs of transitioning to the tour, and what keeps her grounded while chasing big goals. Okay, well, Ayana, welcome. Thank you so much for being guest on my podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. So Ayana and I, we've known each other how long now? When did I meet you? Do you know? Is it?
Maybe more like Berkeley last year. Berkeley, maybe.
Yes. When you
Yeah.
beat, no, we beat you in
No,
doubles.
you beat us. Yeah.
Yes, we beat you in semifinals of that. Yes, but we really kind of like started talking more like beginning, I think, of this year at some tournaments.
hmm
So we're playing kind of the same tournaments, but you really like from the time actually that I spoke to you. Do you remember in Dominican Republic
Yeah.
where I was like, you asked me advice, how do I do it mentally, right? You were
Yeah.
struggling. And then like I gave you advice and then you by you went, what were you ranked back then? Do you
Maybe
remember?
like 500, almost outside 500.
And
Yeah.
what are you now?
250, 251.
Yes. You see? So tell me the secret. How did you get there? I'm kidding.
No, it's actually funny because I really do think about our conversation a lot. The one we had in Dominican, I was struggling big time. I had already been on the road for like 4 or 5 weeks. I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, like, how do you do it? You know, you miss your kids, like, you miss your family. I'm like, I'm missing my family. My mom was having like wrist
Yes.
surgery. I felt so bad leaving her. And you were just like, one, she wouldn't want you to be here, like, if you weren't enjoying it, you know, like, she would tell you if she wanted you to stay home and like help her, you know, but she wants you to see you pursue your dreams and be happy. And that really stuck with me, one. And then two, of like, you're already here. You're literally already here. Just give it everything you got. If it doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way, but you're already here. Like, it's what's the point of just like tanking and then going home, you know, you're gonna regret it. And that one really stuck with me. It helped a lot in a lot of matches, honestly. Like, I was like, dude, I'm already here. Like, let's just make the best of it. If I lose, I lose, whatever. But at least I can say, like, I gave 100%, you know? And now I really try not to regret any match. If I lose, like this past week, I lost to Anna Rogers. I gave it everything. I gave 100%. She played better than me on those big points. But I'm not going to look back and be so upset of like, oh, like, man, if I would have done this, you know? Like, I gave it everything I got. So, yeah, it was actually, that's funny because that's the conversation. One of the conversations really stuck with me.
Good. I'm gonna take all the credit for all your success this year. I'm kidding. No, but that's huge because I mean it's everybody. I was just talking today to a 16-year-old, and she's so talented. She's one of the most talented players that I know, and she trains here. We train sometimes together, and she's going. She's struggling mentally, right? And her dad is telling me, like, Emma, can you please like talk to her or something? And it's it's crazy to see like she has so much potential, so much. She's so freaking good,
Mm-hmm.
but like mentally we can just hurt ourselves so much, like nobody else, like it's literally we create problems in our heads, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, um how do I deal with this? How do I find a way to do this, to overcome this? Because every single player that I talk to, and if we talk to anybody right now on tour, everybody is going through something, right? It's just who can handle it better, who can also take accountability and responsibility for everything that they're going through and
Yeah.
decide, I'm either doing it or not. I'm here or I'm not here. And like you said, and that's literally what I like live by. And in this comeback is like, I wanna like I wanna give it all out there. Like you said, I also lost five. Probably on the same day we played. You had
I
four
think
match
it was
points.
the
I
same
had
day.
five match points. It's like, but the girl played amazing. Like
Yeah.
I literally couldn't do anything. And then from then on, maybe I could have done more, but I was kind of, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's life. But no, I'm really, really happy for your success and, seeing you out there. Because then I saw you again in, where were we? Charlotte.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we were in that housing a little bit. But, but you were, I noticed something you were doing. You were writing in your journal or something.
Hmm.
When did you start that? And if you want to share, if you also don't want to share, just so you know, if it's like a secret something,
No,
but
no, no. It's really not a secret. Like it's so funny because every time I go to a tournament, like let's say we have ball kids, always be like, "What are you writing in here? What are you writing here?" I'm like, I mean, if you want to read it, you can read it. So it's not a secret. I actually started in college with my sports psychologist. In college, just one, I started with like letting all the negative thoughts out, basically. So if you write it on paper, it gets out of your head, then you're not thinking about it. So I started with that in college, and then I had to transition a little bit for pro. Obviously it's a little bit different than college, a little bit the level increases, so yeah, you can do that, but you also have to kind of write what your strategy is and like your breathing and things like that, what you want to accomplish in this game, or what you like, what your goal is for the two games before you go on the next changeover. So I do that during matches, and then I think you saw me maybe in the house as well, like
yes.
doing like reflection. So I do reflections after matches, and I also do like a visualization of like, okay, this is what my goal is for tomorrow's match. Like this is how I'm going to start the match, whether it's like a lot of feet, going for big targets through the middle, and then I go like I break it by section. And then the middle is like, okay, now that I'm comfortable, I have my rhythm. I'm gonna move her here, or I'm gonna hit to her forehand, or I'm gonna add more slices. So I just kind of do that just to like mentally prepare myself before matches as well.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. And are you disciplined with that? Like, do you do it for every match?
Oh yeah, no, I feel like which is bad too because I feel like if I don't do it, like let's say I forget, like I'm just so tired, I fall asleep. I feel like even me doing it the morning of, it doesn't have the same effect. Like I have to go to bed doing it just so I can like sleep on it and really like, you know?
I love that. And you've been doing that since college.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, that's good. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit now. Um, when did you when did you start pro? Did you play pro before college or no?
No,
No?
no, no.
Nothing.
Nothing. The goal was never pro. The goal was never pro. The goal was
Really?
scholarship for school, and that was it. I decided my last year of college to go pro.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no. Okay,
yeah.
okay, let's take it more back now. Okay. Wait, this is interesting now. Okay. Where are you from? And when did you start playing tennis and why and how?
Okay. Let's see. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, so I grew up with Francis Tiafo, Haley Baptiste, Robin Montgomery, all of those. We all trained together when I was younger. Um, I started maybe when I was like really when I was 6 or 7. But before that, I mean, because that's how my parents met actually, playing tennis. It's the funniest story because my dad's a coach.
I want to hear
Yeah.
it. I want to hear it. Go.
And basically what happened was my mom was on a league team, and the coach was friends with my dad, and the coach like called out sick that day. So he was like he called my dad and was like, "Hey, can you coach this team just for the weekend, whatever, whatever." And then that's how they met. He just showed up, and then that's how they met, and then after that, I guess like the rest is history. But yeah, so the tennis just kind of runs in my family. So
Okay.
basically, over the summers, my dad would just take me to work when I was like 2, 3, 4, because it's free childcare, and I have a little baby racking in my hand, little sponge ball, just walking around. So yeah,
Nice. Okay. So you basically were kind of like you didn't really have a choice. But then when did
yeah.
you actually start playing tournaments, competing, and like when did your parents like think, okay, like she has potential, we can like see if she can get a scholarship, how was
Hmm.
that?
Well, okay, I was always a little bit late as well because my mom is also on the academic side.
Okay.
So she was always like, school comes first. So I was never full time. I always went to like just regular public school, like 8 to 3, and I would go to practice after. So, I mean, the most tournaments I would play a month were two. And I think the first ever tournament I played was I was like 12.
Wow.
Yeah, I was pretty late. So But it was always just because I was doing other things as well. Like
Yeah.
that was the one thing with my parents of like, if you don't want to play tennis, you don't have to play tennis. You know, the pressure of playing tennis came from myself, but they were like, if you want to do something else, if you want to, I don't know, go be artistic and like paint, go do it. Like you want to be a dancer, do that. Like you don't have to do tennis. So they always just kind of let me do other things first to see if that's really what I wanted to do. So yeah, my first tournament wasn't until I was 12, and then even then I never played like big ITFs or anything. Like I was never traveling because my school wouldn't let me. So
You see, that's what I love about this and about tennis, because there's no one like way or one rule,
hmm
because a lot of parents ask, oh, should I homeschool my kid, or should I do this, or should I do this? There's really, really no right or wrong way. Like, look at you
exactly.
now. Like, look at this. Like, did you
Yeah.
ever think you're gonna? Okay, wait, we're gonna get there. Um, so then you went. How did you pick the school?
So I went based solely because I didn't want to go pro. I just wanted to do engineering. So I just went basically based on academics. And then also in my recruiting process in the beginning, every time I told them I wanted to do engineering, I kind of got ghosted because they were like, yeah, that's gonna not gonna work. So it limited my options a little bit. So I ended up going to University of Maryland because they have a very good engineering program. And then about 2 years in, like right after COVID, the level, I was like, even if I don't want to go pro, like I love tennis, I want to compete, I want to like really just like enjoy like competing. So I was like, let me see like what the other levels are. And so I saw like in the SEC and the ACC, like the level was a lot higher, so I transferred to South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Okay. And then how was your college experience? Like, did you have a good college experience, like with tennis? Like, were you on a good team, good coach? Like, how was that?
Yeah, South Carolina. I mean, I will say like I've met some of my best friends there,
Okay.
which has been a blessing, obviously. And then even the coaches, they're some of the first people who like really believe in me outside of obviously my parents. But they're when I first got there to South Carolina, I was mentally so messed up. I was so insecure. I was like, I don't even know why you took me. Like I'm so bad. I can't be on this team, and they really just like lifted me up, and they were like, no, like we picked you for a reason. We see the potential. You have the potential to be very, very good. Even not even in a college setting. I mean, from day one, my coach was like, you could be top 100 WTA. And I'm over here like, oh, you're crazy, but sure, like whatever. So my college experience personally for me, it was great. Like I'm still in contact with them. I love them a lot. So
Good. That's awesome. And so, like, would you recommend to somebody that's trying to go pro and like wants to go pro, would you recommend going to college or just go straight pro?
I, anytime anyone asks me now, maybe back before, like when we were in college, sure, but now 100%,
I
hundred
know.
percent with n
Yes.
yeah, with NIL, they let you go play tournaments. Like they pay for you to go play tournaments. You need to go. Everyone needs to go to college because you're doing both. You're getting paid to basically be pro. So like, why would you not? Even just for a year,
I know. That's literally my answer when somebody asks me. I'm like,
every
I wish
time.
I had that. Like, I would not even think once, you know? Like, you're
Exactly.
getting paid and you have everything. You don't have to
Yep.
worry about your
Yep.
rackets, your clothes, anything. You literally everything is just given to you. And then you finish college and you're like, oh God, now I have to like do all this.
You have to buy all your own stuff. Like when I finished and I was like, wait, I have to order my own shoes. Wait, that's so expensive. I have to order my own protein shake. Like I was like, no, take me back. I was like, can I get a 6 year?
Yes,
Like please.
yes. Yeah. So okay, I'm glad we're on the same page. And then
hmm
what do you think what are some lessons that you've learned, if there are any, during your college that have like you've carried with you to the pro career?
I think the biggest thing, and it's funny because we just had this talk with I went back to South Carolina to see my old teammates and then some of the younger ones, and I talked with them. And the one thing I always say is like, what you do in practice shows up in your matches. So our coach would always say, what we're doing now in the fall is going to show up in the spring. So if you're lazy now, you can't just like give 200% and all of a sudden it's going to show up in the spring, when it really counts for NCAAs, when it counts for SECs. And so that's the biggest takeaway for me is like I now know if I don't give 100% every single day of my practice, I'm not going to be confident going into my tournaments, into my matches. You know, I mean, I can play bad, I can be playing not great, but at least if I give 100% effort, I'm like, okay, I worked really hard. It's going to pay off at some point. But the minute you're like, like I'll half, like whatever, just like slack off a little bit, man, it shows up. And now, especially at the pro level, you can get away with it in college sometimes, but pro you can't. You can't.
I love that. I love that so much because I say that all the time. And only know you know within yourself when you're just going through the motion just to
Hmm.
practice, just to practice, or if you're actually there. Like you have
Yeah,
to be present because you cannot turn on the magic switch and go on the court and be like, okay, now I'm gonna give my all. And
exactly.
like you said, you don't have that confidence because you know that you didn't. I love that.
Hmm.
uh, okay, so what is the moment when you knew like, okay, I'm really going for this, I'm gonna go pro? Like when was it? You said last year, but
I think it was maybe like my senior year, I would say probably. I think I was playing really well. Like in the college season, I was doing really well. I was playing one, I was winning a lot of matches. My level was just like unbelievable. And we worked on a lot of stuff, unfortunately and fortunately, because of my school schedule with engineering, I really got one-on-one time with my coaches instead of like team practices. So we did a lot of skill work and we started working on the slices, the volleys, some serve stuff. And that's when it was like, oh, like this is, when you really lock in on something and you can see the progress of it just getting better. I was like, okay, let's see. Like I can do it in the college level. Let's see if I can do it in the pro level. And then I think I went to I got a wild card into a 35 in Colorado or something, or a 25 at that time in Colorado over the summer. I was like, okay, let's see. Let's just like, have fun. Why not? Made quarterfinals, lost to the girl who won it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, maybe I should try after, because I was just having so much fun too. That was the thing. So,
yeah, like no pressure.
exactly.
And it's like, but and then you were like, okay, I'm definitely gonna. Did you have any like doubts or fears, like were you like, do I really want to or I don't want to, or you were like, okay, for sure, I want to try.
It was a mix. I think it was a mix of both because one, I was like, I know like a lot of people say I can be very good and
Yeah.
this and that. And like, I'm very insecure. Like I'm not like that super confident of a person. So for me, it was always like I don't know if my tennis is good enough. I don't actually know if I'm good enough. And then on top of it's expensive. You're out here. You're not really getting paid. Like you're either breaking even or half the times you're in the negatives based on like everything that people were telling me at the time. So then I was also a little bit like, do I really want to risk that and like have to pay and like maybe not make any money and be stressed out about that. So it wasn't a full send of like, oh, I'm 100%, gonna do this. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough. It's so tough to make that decision. But like, I'm sure you had like support. Like, did you go then and like, who did you then train with after college? Your dad or no?
Yeah. So
Yes.
I came back. I was like, okay. My mom was like, yeah, you can just stay with me. It's free rent. I was like,
I'll
I'm gonna
take it.
take it. I can't complain.
Yes.
And then, you have free training here with my dad at College Park. And I get to spar basically with a bunch of junior boys who are either going to go to college or are in college when they come back. We have a few other pros here like Fenty now and stuff like that who's like back training with us. So I mean I'm training with a bunch of good people. It's not as many girls, which was tough at first just because how boys play is a lot different than how girls play, like the
Hmm.
spin and everything. But yeah, I just came back home basically to where I was have been training my entire life.
Yeah, but that's awesome. You're home and not that many expenses, like you said, that you get
Hmm.
free
Hmm.
coaching. I mean,
Yeah,
come on. Um,
it's massive.
so wait, how long have you been playing pro now?
I think it's like a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, I think it's a year and a half.
Year and a half, and you are 250. Like
Yeah.
that's, I mean, be proud of yourself. And I hope you
Yeah.
have some confidence and you're not that insecure anymore. And like,
Yeah.
so where you are right now, like, okay, do you have, now that you're really in it and you're seeing you were at US Open this year, how is that experience playing at the US Open?
Man, the U.S. Open was crazy, and the thing is, like for me, I'm very nervous, anxious person. So a lot of my matches, I mean, even this past week, I was telling one of my friends like I was literally having two panic attacks before my match, and this is just like 100K like quarterfinals, like or not even quarterfinals, like round of 16, and I'm having panic attacks at U.S. Open. I was so free, it
What?
was crazy. Yeah, I was shocked. Like I thought I was gonna be nervous walking on for the first match. I felt so comfortable on those courts, just like playing. Like I was like, I have nothing to lose. Like I was playing some of the best tennis of my life. I was moving so crazy. I was like, wow. I was shocked. I was shocked that I was just very comfortable.
How
Yeah,
crazy is that? How can you
crazy.
like really? And then you come to Macon, Georgia, round of 16. But like, what do you get nervous about? Losing, winning, and like embarrassing yourself that you're not gonna play? Like at this point, like why?
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yes,
But it's just
yeah,
like it's just very random things. Like like we said, our minds plays a bunch of tricks on us. I think it was like I was playing a younger person who was still in college, so it was like for me, it's like going through college. I feel like you put that pressure of like, okay, I have to beat this person because I've already graduated. I'm like
yes,
the
yeah,
pro now, and
yes,
you're still in college. Like I have to beat you.
yes.
So I think that was what happened this past week. But it can be from that to being them just being younger and having to prove a point, or just like, oh my gosh, like if I beat this person, then I'm gonna be like golden, like I'm gonna be set for the rest of my life. Like I beat someone top 100. So it's just random things that like get in your head, and then you just start spinning, and it's
Mm.
just like, whew,
Yeah, if you
crazy.
don't stop it, it just goes and goes, and you're like, oh my God, how am I even thinking about this right now? But
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because as tennis players, right, when we reach something, right? And it's crazy. A year ago, you would not be thinking like that. You'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm in a round of 16 of 100K. Like, let's go!" Right? And
Exactly.
now it's like you put this pressure on yourself that you have to, and then like then you're gonna play 125, then 250, then you're gonna be like, "Well, I should be." Oh my God, it doesn't matter at what level you are. It's yeah, it's the same. But I wanted to ask you now. This is not one of the questions. It just came up to my mind. I'm just curious. Um, what do you think the level of tennis is? Like when you played US Open, when you now you're okay, now you're 250. At the beginning of the year, you were 500, 600, and now you're playing US Open, you're playing these 100Ks. How is the level of tennis? Is it huge difference or it's kind of like still like the same? Today's video is sponsored by Lucky in Love. Gone are the days of ladies' golf and tennis apparel that all look the same. Lucky in Love is ushering in a new age. The high end women's apparel brings options fit for the modern, expressive woman. Partake in the ultimate luxury and shop Lucky in Love for your new favorite fashion items for women. Also, super exciting news. You can now shop my collection with Lucky in Love. Designing this was such a dream, and I'm so proud to share it with you. And use code EB20 to get 20% of your next purchase.
Uh, Honestly, like
Honestly,
it's the same. It's the
this is
same.
great.
Like the pace of the ball, everything they do is pretty much the same. It's just a little bit more. I'll say they miss a little bit less, of course. Like
Okay.
they're a little bit more consistent. Okay. But everyone can get more consistent. Like that's not a hard thing to do. Like that's not unattainable. So I feel like honestly, like playing the people I played, I was like, oh, like this is no different than the tournament I put like last week. Like this is okay. Like it really like I thought it was gonna be shot like, oh my god, like they hit
Yeah,
the ball
yeah,
so much bigger because right before I was telling my dad I think I played Pennsylvania because I wasn't expecting to even get wild card into US Open. And I came back and I told my dad, I was like, okay, we need to work on just hitting the ball a little bit bigger, like just making the ball like, just a little bit more pop on it. And he was like, okay, whatever, sure. Like, yeah, I don't like, yeah, okay, just wait. So then we get to US Open. We obviously didn't have time to work on hitting the ball bigger. I'm hitting my normal ball. It's working. So then I'm leaving there like, oh, so I don't even have to hit bigger. I don't have to hit anything different. So that's what made me realize like the level is not, it's very similar. It's just a little bit mental, I think a little bit mental competitive edge maybe, but
But
that's
that's
it.
what, like, what mental competitive edge is, what exactly? Like, do you think it's, yeah, I get it. I get it. It is like being there, being present for every point. Like,
Yeah, I
really,
think
really.
they have less
Yes.
dips.
Less of like
Hmm.
ups and downs. Yeah, it's more
Yeah,
like this. I mean, you still see it, especially in women's
of
tennis.
course.
You still see
Of
it like
course.
so much. But like you said, the difference is less. And but that's why it's like so annoying to me, like how they make it so hard to like really make it there, like with like how much money you're not making and everything. Are
Hmm.
you making money now when you're 250?
I mean,
I mean, you're not in
yes and
minus.
no. Yeah, not in the minuses, which is thank goodness. Woo, not in the
Let's
minuses.
go.
I feel like I'm making money, but I would say the only reason if anyone else were in my position right where I'm at, I don't think they're making money because one, I'm not paying for a coach.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for my rent. I'm barely paying. The only thing I have to pay for, because my dad doesn't even travel with me that much, I'm just paying for my flights. And now that the housing is covered at the higher levels, like I'm not paying for housing. So like if I had to pay, like, so for me when I get like a $2,000, $3,000 check, I'm like, oh, this is good money for me, you know? Then I talk with other people, they're like, oh yeah, no, like to pay a coach for a week is like $1,000 something. I'm like, huh? So I think in my position, yes, I'm making money. People
Yes.
at 250 who are paying other expenses, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I guess I will never make money. Because I have to pay rent, car, insurance for my kids. I split everything
Yep.
50-50 with their dad. And yeah, okay, cool. Nice. Thank God I'm doing other stuff so I can make.
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
definitely
God.
need the side hustles if you want to make
I'm
money.
like, okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, I teach lessons. I do the social media. Like, I do like so much that I have to hustle and grind. You know.
Yeah.
Um, that's so interesting. So, okay, what would you say then? Like, since you started playing pro, what's like the biggest um challenge you faced? Okay, is it mentally or physically or both?
Oof. I would
You can.
say, I honestly, I would say both. In the beginning, it was definitely mental.
Okay.
Mental for sure, because obviously I was like, when I first started, I was so nervous and tight about like, oh, I have to make money, I have to make money. Like, I have to pay my expenses. Like, I only have so much money. Like, this is my income. So I think in the beginning, it was more stressful of like, oh, like, I don't want to have my parents help like pay and all these things. So it was more of like just being a burden. I think that was mentally, that was tough. And then now towards the end, now that I'm like really playing like weekly, day in, day out, and like upping my training schedule, I think physically keeping the body healthy is a little bit harder, you know? So it's just like getting used to that schedule of like sometimes you're gonna have to play 4 weeks, sometimes you're gonna have to play 5 weeks. Um and so like keeping the body healthy on the road has definitely been a little bit tough, I would say.
How do you decide what to play with the schedule? Just you and your dad decide, or is like all over the
Yeah,
place?
I mean, we sit down as a family and like decide. But sometimes, in the beginning, obviously, like when now that I'm like 250 to even when I like 270, I have a little bit more choices.
Yeah.
I know, okay, I'm probably gonna get into main
Yes.
draw here. I'm
Yes.
probably gonna get into here. So it's more helpful that way. But when I was 500, 600, we make a schedule, but then you don't get in. So then you have plan B, you have plan C, you have plan D of like, okay, I don't get in here, now I have to fly here. So I was in Spain for 3 weeks, in France 1 week right after for 15s, because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get into the 50s in like the UK. So then you come back, then I go to Dominican because I'm like, maybe I'll like make it into those, and then after that, so it's just like hit or miss. Now we're trying to make a schedule, and everyone's different though. That's the thing. Everyone's
Yeah.
body's different. Some of my friends They're still playing since US Open. I'm looking at them like, are you not tired? Like, I'm tired and I'm not even playing as much as you. So everyone's different, but the ideally after talking with some trainers and stuff, like we want to do 3 weeks here, 3 weeks of training block, like rest, recovery, and then go 3 weeks hard, like tournament stuff like
Oh,
that.
I see.
We'll see. We'll see if it works. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. I feel like 3 weeks. I don't. I feel like anything more than 3 weeks on the road is a lot. It's
Brutal. It's brutal. We did we I did six. I did six weeks. It was kind of like by accident because it was just you plan it like it was just
yeah.
a bunch of the hundreds over the summer.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, you go into every tournament like I want to win it. I want to win it. But then I was actually going deep
Yeah.
in singles, or it was either singles or doubles.
Yeah.
So then I'm actually there for the full week, and then I'm turning around and going playing another tournament. So then it was like, oh, like I didn't think I was actually going to get into all of these, and now I'm here. So then
Yes.
I
Might
ended
as
up
well.
playing 6 weeks. Yeah, you're like, okay, like you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, no, 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks is tough.
It's tough, and mentally, especially if you're alone. If you have your doubles
Yeah.
partner, if you have a coach, if you have people, then yes. But if you're really alone, phew,
Mm-hmm.
talking
Mm-hmm.
about building mental toughness, I swear to God.
Brutal. It's brutal. Yeah.
How do you? What do you think training wise? Like when you're home, let's say you're a week at home, how much do you train? Like
Mm,
how does your week look like? Do you have 2 sessions of tennis daily or one? Do you feel decide how your body feels? Or is this
yeah.
different? Go by the
Yeah.
flow.
Basically, basically before the US Open, like that 6 weeks of like Kentucky, Evansville, all those tournaments, I think I was home for 2, 3 weeks between some tournament, I don't even know. And I was doing because I'm a little bit weird in the sense of like once I start, I don't want to stop. So I don't really like to go like one session break, another session break. Like if I can get it done, I'm gonna get it done.
Okay.
So I was doing like 10 to 12, like 2 hour tennis session, then 11 to 12 fitness session, and then like maybe like an hour, hour and a half, another tennis session, like right after. So before that, I was doing like 5 hours straight just because I was like, when I want to be done, like I want to go home, like I want to rest and then just lay. So that was a little bit crazy. Like usually people don't do like 5 hours like straight every day. Now it's like managing the body. So like
Okay.
I came back and I didn't play yesterday or the day before, but I did fitness. So I did like lifting and then rehab and stuff and then conditioning yesterday. Today I just did like 2 hours, but it was light, like drilling, things like that. So it just depends. Depends on like where you're at, like in the schedule of like what's coming up and things like that. So like next week will be a lot harder before the
Okay.
tournaments. And it'll probably be like 2 days and
Okay.
like one fitness. But
Okay. Yeah. You just kind of go by. And do you have other people on your team besides your parents that are helping you?
no, I mean, I have like my two best friends. Like one of them, he's like my agent, so he like helps me out in that way of like trying to get like partnerships. And like I brought him to US Open, and he was just basically like doing everything for me and like getting me cars, and it was just like relieve some stress.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Um, so interesting. And what about nutrition? How do you think, how important it is at this level? I can't
It's
even
a
ask
brutal
this, but I
question.
was like saying this question in my head. I'm like, I can't even like take myself seriously asking her this.
Oh my god. I mean, you.
Skip.
No. I think it's very important. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's very important. Like looking at some of the people like at US Open, the way they eat, I'm like, you don't eat to enjoy food. You eat because you have to like be healthy and like you want to nourish your body, and that's it. Like you don't actually enjoy what you're eating. But it's like I'm like, dang, if that's what it takes, like that's really tough because I love food, I love sweets, I love boba. Like it's so it's like finding the balance of like, okay, like maybe Now I'm trying to do like maybe once a week. Okay, I like sweet treat or something like that. But I mean, I think it does make a difference. I will say, but it's tough.
It's so
It's
tough.
tough.
It's
It's
so
so
tough.
tough.
It's so tough. Oh my god. It's like it's so then it's like, you have this mindset of like, okay, I really have to be disciplined. It's really like it's gonna help my body and recovery and then but then
Hmm.
like a part of you is like, you know what, I only live once. What if I die tomorrow?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I
You're
didn't
like
like make my soul happy.
exactly. You're like I grinded for 3 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
deserve something. I
Yes.
deserve something.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Well, anyways, let me go back to these. Um how do you handle, because week in week out, right? You lose almost every week. How do you handle that, like losses? Like how do you bounce back? Does it affect you a lot, or like, okay, I'm good, I've learned from it, I'm gonna move on, let's go next week, or it's kind of like weighing on you?
I think that's I love that question because now I can actually reflect and look back because in the beginning, even in the beginning of the year in January, I remember I was working with like a new mental coach and we were doing all these techniques and all this stuff. And so I did like kind of decent. Like I made it through the rounds of qualies in Naples, won my first round after like being tight, coming back. So I'm like, okay, I'm making great progress. Then I lose the second round, third set. I'm like, okay, that's okay. Like, like just like I know what I need to improve, right? Then I go the next week. I don't even qualify. I don't even qualify. I lose second round of qualifying. I'm in shambles. I'm calling my college coach. I'm calling my mom. I'm like, I'm gonna quit. How can we work on something like this for like 4 or 5 weeks? And I'm just doing the same thing over and over. Like I'm not getting better. Like just lose second round of qualities. Like it was devastating. Like every time, like especially in college, that was the one thing I really struggled with was like losing was like the end of the world for me. Like it was just like oh, it was so miserable. Like I would just be so miserable for days after I lost. And so I kind of took that into the pros, which you can do because then you have to go and play the next day. But in the beginning it was hard. It was hard. I really internalized losses. I was like, if I lose this means I'm not like worth like being here. I'm not good
Yeah.
enough to be here. Now it's a little bit better because it really is like you you're gonna get punched down like every week. Like you're going to lose. Like it will be inevitable for you to lose. Like you cannot win to like 20, 30 matches in a row. Like you're going to lose. And so I think that was kind of just like oh, okay. Like it's either I can stay miserable and not improve, or I take the loss, call it a day, and I move on and
Yeah.
like just really like take what I can get from that match.
Yeah.
Because me just being sitting around miserable for 3, 4 days, like stewing on the loss is like what am I getting out of it? You
Exactly.
know?
Yeah.
I'm taking time away from my training, my mental, all that stuff. Like
Yes.
it's not worth it. So
And I feel like the higher you get, the higher the with your rankings at the level, you will be losing more and more and
yeah,
more. It's just
100%.
it's just inevitable, and I feel like it's good to start learning that. Now, I mean, when you're in college, you're kind of used to winning a lot more,
Yeah,
and then you get
yeah.
out and you're like, well, why am I not winning so much? But you're actually doing really good. It's like how, yeah, but you have to go through things,
Hmm.
go through so much to mature and to learn and to experience it, and that's the only way
Yeah.
to grow. You all know how much time I spend on court, and having the right equipment makes a huge difference. That's why I've been using Gamma Sports for over 10 years. Their grips, strings, and on court accessories like ball hoppers and nets are some of the best out there. Whether you're training or competing, Gamma has the gear to keep you ready to play. Check them out at gammasports.com and use code EMA25 for 25% off your order. What about during matches? Like how important it is? Do you have something, that helps you like refocus, bring you back to the present? Or like what do you think, how important is that, like self-talk during the match?
I mean, I think self talk is massive. Self talk has quite literally gotten me over the edge for a lot of matches, I will say, because it makes or breaks me. Because if my self talk is usually very negative, like in college, it was very negative. Like the minute I lose a point, it's like, oh my god, you suck, like you're so bad, and I could be up like 4-1, and it's like the minute I lose 1 point, it's like it's the end of the world. So like having to flip that and realizing like positive self talk can really help you, especially in when tight moments, and just being like, okay, like I always like to say, like, I can do this, I can do this, you're gonna do it, like you can do it. So kind of pushing yourself, staying very positive when you go to the back fence, just being like, okay, like let's breathe, like you got this, you can do it. And I think that makes a big difference, I'll be
Um,
honest. And so I mean, it didn't obviously work as well last week. I mean, I had 4 match points and lost, but I mean, I think it was way better than what it could have been if I didn't do like that self talk and the breathing.
okay.
So like
Okay.
I do three. So on changeovers, I
Uh-huh.
do 3-6 breathing. So I like breathe in for 3, breathe out for 6.
Do you pause for?
No, I
No.
don't pause.
Oh,
So I just, yeah, it's weird. And I do that for however long the changeover. And funny enough, like it might not work in that moment, like right away, but if you constantly do it, your body starts to slow down. Like I literally, you just calm your mind and you like realize 2 games in that like, oh, like I'm a lot looser. I'm a lot like I can really like play now. So I try to do that on changeovers, and then in the games, like let's say it's like match point or something, I'll do the box breathing. Like I do the 4 and then pause, 4
okay,
and
okay,
then
okay, okay.
and I'll do that before like I'm about to return or I'm about to serve, just to like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm sure this took you a while to like figure out what works for you. They've been trial
oh
and
yeah,
errors, you know.
yeah,
That's what people have to
100%,
understand. It's like it's not like, okay, I'm gonna do this now exactly what she's doing and it's gonna work for me. No, that's what works
exactly.
for you. So you have to try and find a way and then you stick with that. You find and
Yeah.
you stick with what works. Okay, a few more questions. What has been the proudest moment for you so far on tour? Hitting that volley that you hit last week.
That was insane. That was so bad. I was like, Aaron, like I'm about to play the bass line. Like, what
Relax
is that
so
volley? Like,
much. Oh my god.
um, I would say either winning my first 35 because it was in Delaware, so both my parents actually could be there. So that was honestly one of the biggest moments. Also, just because that was like it was after Charlotte and all those places, so it was like week 5 or something. And so I'm like dead tired. I'm exhausted. Like I had played Fiona like the match
Oh,
before, which
she's
we all know is a grind.
yes,
So I'm
yes.
over there like just like begging. I'm like please, you know? And then having like winning I beat Anna Sofia Sanchez, which is also a grind. She doesn't miss. And so I think that probably just like realizing I can push myself further than I thought, you know,
Yes,
and it's
yes,
always that thing of like the 40% rule of like you have like 30 more
yes,
percent or 20
yes,
more percent in your
yes,
system than you
yes.
think. I would say that was definitely a big turning point for me. And then obviously just qualifying in US Open,
Yeah.
like making to the third round, that was big achievement in itself. Plus, because I wasn't really having any panic attacks, so that was a
The
big plus.
the little wins with
Yeah.
yourself. It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, but that those are the moments that you'll remember, like the that you're just proud. Like it doesn't have to be a huge achievement, but something that you're just so proud within yourself.
Hmm.
That's so much worth than anything else. Okay. What do you think? These are really some deep questions.
Oh god.
I mean, it's not like, you're regular. This is more like, I don't know, I like it. And you're very smart, very well educated, it's fine.
Yeah.
Um, we can go deep. What do you think that this season has taught you the most about yourself, both as a person and as a player? This is like a
Ooh.
therapy session.
Yeah. This is literally what I talk about with my sports psychologist. Um, I would say as a player, I think it's kind of like what we were talking about is like yeah, we have these techniques and things like that, and it's not going to show up tomorrow, but it'll show up down the line. And I think it has shown up down the line, and me trusting the process has worked. It may not, yeah, of course, I didn't win last week, I didn't win the week before, but trusting the process has actually gotten me really far. And so I would just say by doing that and just allowing myself to kind of lean into it and be a little bit more patient with myself as a player and giving myself more grace has gotten me a lot farther than me being self-critical like I usually am. So as a player, I would say, yeah, giving myself more grace and being patient has paid off. Um as a person, I don't know. I think as a person it's funny because I'm actually like I don't think I'm such a extrovert social person, you know? But after this year, everyone is like, you're so social. Like, you know everyone, you talk with everyone. I'm just like, but, for me, everyone says to be top 50, to be top 100, you have to be mean. You have to be like, no friends. For me personally, I can't do that. I can't do that. If I see you every week, why would I not say hi? Why would I not say, how are you? Yeah, like, I can separate what happens on the court. You can beat me last week and we can still be like cordial. Like, it's not a big deal. So I think as a person, I guess I've realized I'm a little bit more extroverted. Like I know a lot of people on tour. I talk with a lot of people. Everyone says hi. So I guess I'm more extroverted than I anticipated.
I love that. I mean, you are, and I feel like you've gotten better over the
Yeah.
time, But I just thought I never understood why they say that, that you have to be just so much to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, we're in this together, right? Like, I mean, obviously, when we're on the court, we're gonna like give everything to win, right? But like, why can't we help each other if we can be there for each other? We're really in this grind together, and it's so much nicer when you do have people. And but it takes some maturity for that, it really does. It takes some time, and not everybody thinks like that. A lot of them are still like, but I feel like it's changing like a lot, and I feel like girls are a lot more open nowadays, or at least that's what I see, or at least that's how I am. So maybe that's what I just see.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes I think I'm too friendly. I'm like,
Yeah.
can you like focus on yourself,
Same.
So you have to find that fine line between like being really selfish on your things and what you need to do, but when you have a little time, why not? You need to
Yeah.
have a life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where do you see yourself a year from now, and what are you going for next?
A year from now, I would say hopefully, no, yeah. What I'm going for, French Open. I love Clay, obviously, as we've seen from like the past results. But I love, love, love Clay. I love Rafa Nadal. So like that's always been like to be just like obviously before I thought I was going to go pro, just to like be at that tournament in general and just watch obviously Rafa Nadal before he retired. Didn't happen, but that's the goal. That's where I want to be. I want to play there. I want to qualify. I want to be in Maine and just play.
Let's go. We're gonna watch you next year. I feel it. I feel it. We're gonna visualize and manifest and work hard, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I have last five closing questions. Um, what does going because the name of my podcast is Going For It. What does going for it mean for you?
Mm. I think going for it is just like you give it your all. Give it your all no matter what. You give 100%. You pick your goal and you just shoot for the stars. Like you just put all your energy into it, and no matter what happens, that's what you let it be.
Love it. What's something you're afraid of, but you're doing it anyway? It's a tough one. Or maybe it can be nothing.
No, no, no. I'm scared of a lot. I'm scared of a lot of things. um I would say not really like tennis specific, but more like
Yeah,
being
life.
at the tournaments and
Yes.
stuff. Like I would say being social. Like I'm very like socially anxious. I really like to keep to myself. I like would be so content to just sit in my hotel room all day and like do nothing, and not have to be around people. But I think it's forcing me out of my shell. So like that's something I'm scared of, but I've actually been doing, and it's low key been a blessing because like you said, like it's hard if you're on tour and you're by yourself,
It's very hard.
and so traveling with people, knowing you're going to go to a tournament, you're going to see someone who's going to maybe brighten your day a little bit, helps a lot.
Yeah,
So
good. Um, who is someone that inspires you to keep going?
I would say my parents, like obviously they sacrificed a lot for not for me just to go pro, but just for me to play tennis in general and get a scholarship. So they're kind of the reasons I keep going, especially my dad, because he didn't have the resources to go pro. He's from Togo, West Africa, and he came here. He played Davis Cup for them, played the Olympics, all those things. But to go pro, obviously, is a lot of money. You need visas, you need resources, and so he didn't really get to achieve that dream. And so I think that's another reason why I keep pushing for sure.
Love it. I met your dad. He's such a fun guy. um, if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be right now, today?
And enjoy life, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Everyone's so stressed about what's gonna happen tomorrow, what they didn't do in the past, and things like that. And obviously, me as a very anxious person, that's how I was as a kid, of course. But I think being on tour actually kind of slapped me in the face and was like, you can't plan the rest of your life.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't, and you can't regret the things you did in the past. You kind of really have to stay in the present. So I mean, I'm just enjoying life every day, pretty much.
Good, good. You gotta enjoy this process. That's why I told this
Yeah,
girl today. I'm like, you have to. And there's gonna be so many tough days. There's gonna be good days. But if you don't enjoy the grind and this, and if you are not surrounded with people that you really, really enjoy and you're happy with, I mean, that's what life is about, really, really. I mean, all of this is gonna pass, and wins and losses and everything. Life is so much more than that. And when you put everything in that perspective, I mean, it's easier said than done. But um, and last one, it's also a tough one. What's one daily habit or mindset that helps you go for it every single day? That helps you, wake up today when you really don't feel like it, but you're like, I'm going for it. I'm gonna do it. What
yeah,
is, do you have one thing or some kind of mindset besides enjoy
yeah.
life?
I have two things right now that's really helped is meditating.
Okay.
Um, Bella, the twins.
Yes.
Yeah, I really had a massive crash out after US Open. Um, in like I went to France for a tournament and just like fully just like expected to play how I was playing at US Open. It didn't happen. She was like, I meditate every day. I was like, okay. She was like, you really should try. So I've been meditating every day since. Really puts perspective, like you just really I feel just a much calmer start to my day, and then when I'm practicing I'm not getting super like frustrated. I'm just like, okay, next one. So that's definitely a habit that has helped me. And then a motto that I pretty much say every day is such is life. It's from John Wick actually, which is crazy, but
I love it.
it's just like, such is life. Like you can't control that. You can't control this. Like such is life. When something happens, okay, you move on. You do what you can do best, but it's crazy. I know John Wick is a crazy movie to quote from, but yeah.
I love that. I have a friend. He's Mexican. He literally says all the time, every time, like something happens, it's such his life. You're literally the
Exactly.
second person. I'm like, why is he saying this all the such his life? I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
Exactly.
But meditation, I can't do. I swear. And I'm like, I've tried for a little bit. I did like a 20-day guided meditation, like 10 minutes each, and not even seven.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I tried in college multiple times, failed multiple times. Like I would do like a couple days and I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not working.
Yeah.
But what I do now, I do just like I don't even do guided meditations anymore. I
So
just
what do
set
you
a
do?
timer and I just do like the box breathing first to start, and then like I kind of just visualize how I want my day to go.
Oh,
Literally, I'm like, okay, this is how I want my day to go. So if I'm visualizing, it's gonna happen. You know, if I how I want to practice of, okay, I'm visualizing how my feet are gonna move, or if I'm gonna get low and I'm gonna just visualizing myself giving 100% in practice. Yes, visualizing how the rest of my day is gonna go, what I'm gonna do, the attitude I'm gonna just kind of start my day with is pretty much how I do it. I don't even do the guided meditations anymore. That's how I do it, and it's been a little bit better. And I only do like 3 5 minutes every day.
okay.
It's not.
Okay.
I don't do 10 minutes. Whew, no.
So you you do it every morning?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Wow.
Yeah.
Now you're like making me feel no, I don't know.
Everyone's different though. Everyone does like something
Exactly. You have to
different.
find
It just
what works for you.
works.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I have to find what works for me. I'm still figuring it out. Depends what's going on in my life, you know.
Literally.
Well,
Literally.
anyways, thank you so much for sharing, your story, your energy, your lessons, your wisdom with us. I love how grounded, how determined you are. You really, you know, you really are a good, genuine person, and it really goes a long way. And thank you for being trying to be more social so we and being also here. You did amazing.
Oh, thank
And
you.
yeah, honestly, to everyone listening, go follow Ayana's journey. I'm gonna put her Instagram here, and just keep believing in your journey. Enjoy the process and everything that we talked about. I love to see you succeed, and in whatever that means for you. But we're gonna watch you at French Open next year.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, have a good one, and I'll see you somewhere. I don't know where.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll see each other.
Thank you.
Have a good
You
night. Thank
too.
you.
Bye.